Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Drawing with Mike. Today is a gorgeous day to draw. As you see, I've got a little bit different of a setup as what I had before. I'm coming to you from the wonderful world of the mountains. So my revised studio is up and running. And we're going to get back into a little bit of traditional drawing. I know I've been doing a lot of stuff for the Buddy Pegs company, which is fantastic. Love that company. However, I know that you guys definitely are interested in seeing some of the other stuff that makes my channel what it is. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of beans. The alligator. And this particular method can be utilized pretty much for any drawing that you wish. So Beans is going to be sitting on a log fishing. So I wanted to give you guys some encouragement. I like to watch videos of different artists doing different things and being who they are and whatnot. And I need a little bit of reference. Did this the other day just as for fun. See that? So I'm gonna put him off to the side because I need his face for reference. Even though I've drawn Beans quite a bit, it's always good to have a visual reference. I watched a video recently. I think it's today's Monday. Today's Art Talk by Steven Silver. And I like Steven. Steven's a great guy. He's a teacher. He's an animator, he's an illustrator. He's done a lot of things in his career. But what I think one of his biggest contributions is the fact that he encourages. He's an encourager. And you don't find a lot of that in the world today. And, you know, I don't know him personally. I just know him through his work and through his videos and stuff. But he seems to be a decent human being. I mean, we don't really know anybody based upon what they do. We just know their work. And Steven's got some good work. Very humorous. You know, done a lot of stuff for Warner Brothers, feature animation, Disney animation. You know, but what I like about him is he encourages. Excuse me. Still dealing with that cold, man. Even whenever I come up here in the mountains. Hard sometimes, I guess. Anyway, and he was talking about not being in such a hurry to become something. And I thought that was really cool. You know, I did a video a while back talking about slowing down. You know, we all go through this. Here we go. We'll go up. We'll go right here. Just kind of looking over his shoulder. You know, this thing called life, and we're all constantly trying to do things and better things. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying go to sleep. I'm not saying you need to go to sleep. And that's not what Steven was talking about. He was talking about the slow and steady. He gave a reference to Tortoise and the Hare, which is a fantastic story. And the slow and steady wins the race. I'm not going to hijack his video. If you want that, it's in the description below. I highly encourage you to visit Steven Silver. He does a Monday art talk. He's got a great school that he teaches character design. I think it's based out of California. I'm not sure if he does an online thing or not. I really haven't delved into his business model. But just a fantastic guy. Slow and steady wins the race. You know, I had indicated a while back you needed to slow down, or at least I was going to slow down a little bit. You know, not slowing down on learning and bettering yourself, but just, you know, at some point in time, you got to stop and say, what am I doing all this for? You know? I don't know. That's what I do. That's what I do, really, when it comes down to it. Asking yourself, man, why am I killing myself to do this? So, what you guys are watching, basically, is me draw my alligator character. He's going to be sitting on the side of a embankment, sort of. You got this kind of, it's holding a fishing pole. Like a stick. School starts soon, which is always a depends on your point of view, I guess. Summer's almost over. No. No. Yeah, summer's almost over. I love summertime. Vacations abroad. Lots and lots of stuff to do. The place that I'm at now is just loaded with tons and tons of things to do. I'm very happy to get in there and start exploring. Keep a couple. Living in the mountains has really given me a different viewpoint and perspective on life, which can be good. It can be good. That can be a good thing. I have his tail wrap around here. Originally was going to have him sitting on his tail, but I didn't like the way that looked. So you guys have heard me talk about drawing three-dimensionally, you know, all that business. What this basically is just a character exploration. I'm currently developing a story concept for a personal project as the Buddy Pegs project comes to fruition, which it will. I'm very confident in that. You know, Kickstarters are great. Sometimes it can be a little stressful, especially if you're the one that's in charge of the Kickstarter, because you definitely want it to be funded. And me, as being part of this program and project, I'm so enthusiastic about doing the project. However, we got to make sure and get that funded. So if you haven't already, there is a link in the description below. I don't mean to keep hounding it. I'm pounding it? Gosh, Mike, come on! Well, I want to finish the book. And, you know, and to do that, it takes this thing called money. Because the time it takes to do something like that is just astronomical. You know, if you're to do it without compensation. especially if you're doing it for somebody else. You can't really do it for free. Anyway, so whenever you do a project, a little sketch do like this, what you need to always remember, and I've said this 1,000 times before, is character, gesture, character, gesture, character, gesture. You know, I've got kind of a sketch in mind, or a drawing in my mind, but as I continue to work through, I'm always kind of adjusting and realizing in terms of the environment, you know, what he's sitting on, how I wanted the tail, blah, blah, all that stuff, you know. So what I'm going to do, and this is kind of par for the course, is I'm going to put you guys on time lapse as I kind of explore the squash and stretch of this particular character. I'm going to have his belly come out like this because he's sitting, because gravity is affecting his body. Got this little skin fold that comes around here, you know, and his shoulder kind of comes up a little bit, up this way. So I'm going to continue adjusting the sketch. And I want his feet, because his feet aren't that long. This arm might be a little bit too long right here. You know, he's got kind of coming around. His belly comes out, kind of hangs, and then his feet. I want his knee to be up here, and I want his leg to come out here. And I'm thinking, silhouette. Is this going to be easily read as an alligator after I get done with it? So I'm going to put you guys on time lapse. Oh, gosh, got the itchies. I'm going to put you guys on time lapse as I figure out. I'm going to give him his hat. Beans isn't Beans without his hat. I think what I'm going to do, too, is as I progress and I explore this character more and more, he's kind of going to be like the cosplayer, you know? If he and Frank show up somewhere, you know, maybe they go to Comic-Con. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Frank and Beans go to Comic-Con. Of course, who do you think's going to dress up? Beans! Beans would talk Frank into doing it. You know he would. He'd be like, "Come on, Frank, let's do this." And Beans, "I don't know. I don't know, Beans. It does not seem right. Large bear dressing up as Aladdin. I don't think this is right." "Man, don't be a stick in the mud." See, whenever you start doing stuff like that and you start thinking how the character, especially if you design the character, my goodness, you design the character, and I want this foot going up, I want it coming down, and this one is going to be sticking out just a little bit, because he's got to be using this foot to kind of balance himself, right? And we're thinking three-dimensionally, so it comes here, and it comes here. Make sure that it's like this. He's got his leg right there, kind of balancing himself here. And his large booty comes around. He's kind of folding over this big stump. And here's the water. Here's the... It's going to have, since it's breaking that surface tension. Anyway, I've got my board now on an incline here, and all the blood rushes out of my hand. Anyway, as a side note, I know you guys, hold on, come here, comes around. This comes around like that. There we go. His tail. Very important. I was going to say something. I don't remember what I was going to say. You ever have that happen to you? Happens to me all the time, man. You know, thinking in terms of composition, too, just to kind of give you guys an understanding of why artists do the way they, do things the way they do. Everybody's different. Opposing lines are always good to create depth. You know, I've got these lines going this way, okay, coming down, whereas this pole comes up and over and breaks this little plane right here. Got his hat. So, anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys on time lapse, of course, and enjoy the video. Like and subscribe and share if you like what you see. Make suggestions in the comments below. I'm going to be coming out with a new t-shirt store soon with animals on them. I'm going to be putting the link in the description. You guys can peruse. It's going to be on Spreadshirt. You guys can peruse. I'll throw in some fun characters. His belly comes way out. I'll throw in some fun characters as well, just so you guys can enjoy them. His feet come out here like this. Let's get this. One. Okay. Here. Okay. Here. I should figure that out here in a minute. I like the way that foot looks. So I will put you guys on time lapse. Enjoy. Okay, so that is the end. I'm not going to go any further. I might put some highlights in the water just to show a little bit of, you know, the reflection of light. But, you know, being a warm-up, not too bad. Enjoyed it. This is beans done traditionally on Canson toned paper. I used, I used Copic. I used Winsor & Newton, which I don't like these very much, but they color well. Prisma pencil and the Prisma Premier markers. I do have quite a collection of markers, as you guys can see in my, nothing has really been set up. I still have stuff in bags for the move. But anyway, thank you guys for visiting the channel, and like and subscribe if you like what you see, and more videos to come. We'll see you next time. Bye.